Hi, hello, Mr. and Mrs. students. I just want to give you some feedback on the text you did in class last week or this week on Monday. This was the table or the line graph, I should say, I showed you. And what you had to do, if I move forward one slide, is to include in your piece of writing one paragraph these examples. We have learned in the last 2 weeks lots of verbs to describe trends and change. For example, going down, to fall, to decline, etc. To go up, to rise, to grow, and also sideways, to remain stable. Also think we can change those verbs into nouns. So to fall becomes a fall, to rise becomes a rise, etc. Also, we've done verbs plus adverbs. An example here: rise sharply, rise steadily, rise steeply. Adjective plus nouns: a sharp rise, a sharp fall, a big fall, etc. Also using prepositions of, by and in. Let's just see some examples. One we've just done: climb sharply, verb plus adverb. A sharp rise, we spoke about, adjective plus noun. And here, the more complicated one. It looks more complicated. Noun plus of, an increase of 20%. Verb plus by, increased by 20%. No change in the meaning, exactly the same meaning. And the final one, noun plus in plus noun phrase. For example, the noun, arise, then in plus the noun phrase in the number of. A rise or a fall in the number of. A fall in the amount of. A rise in the volume of, and so on. So we wanted to include examples of all those in the writing you did. Again, that's the line graph. Now, one look at this. You can see on the bottom x-axis we have age, 20 to 60. Going up on the y-axis, average hours worked per week from 21 up to a maximum, a peak of 31. There's no time here. This is not over time. It's just talking about different ages. I chose this example so you should present this in the present tense. You're just commenting, writing about what you see. You are not talking or writing about change in time. And you can see here, there's some clear things to write about. A sharp climb, steady climb, a dramatic fall. Here it falls dramatically. A steady climb, it levels off or remains stable, and a gradual fall or climb. These are all things to comment on. So if I show you the text, let's look at this together. Let's begin with a topic sentence. What is a paragraph about? The graph shows the number of hours worked per week by public sector females aged 20 to 60. That's just taken from the graph. As you can see, here we go. Up to the age of 20, there is a sharp rise in the number of hours worked. After that, the rise continues until at the age of 30, the number of hours peaks at 31 per week. Then there is a dramatic fall of 10 hours per week. The number of hours increases steadily until the age of 45, when it remains stable for 5 years. Finally, there is a steady decline to the age of 60. I have in this short text examples of everything I mentioned there. So I'm going to read this one more time, and we'll just indicate when I read through it what we're talking about. So the graph shows the number of hours worked per week by public sector females aged 20 to 60. As you can see, up to the age of 20. There's 20. There is a sharp rise in the number of hours worked. After that, my cursor has disappeared, there we go. After that, the rise continues, you can see, until at the age of 30. Age of 30 is there. It peaks. The number of hours peaks at 31 per week. There is then a sharp, where's my cursor gone? Here it is. There is then a dramatic fall, there we go, a dramatic fall of 10 hours per week. The number of hours increases steadily, here it is, until the age of 45, when it remains stable for 5 years. Finally, there is a steady decline to the age of 60. And that's more or less it, just practicing what we have learned in the last 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, that's all for now. I hope that's useful. God bless you, and may you always go in